Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. For those of you who have friends who you've shared this information with and they've dismissed it as coincidence, and if those friends are into sports, be sure to share this information with them. There's only so much that people can dismiss as coincidence. After a certain amount, people have a breaking point and they say, okay, this must be beyond coincidence. A number of people who have followed this channel for years have been on the fence and then finally said, okay, I've seen enough. You're right, this really is scripted. As I've been educating about for 3 years, professional sports are scripted no different than the WWE, the WWF. Once upon a time, people thought the WWF was legit. It came out, it was all scripted, it was an act. And how did the people react? Well, they invested even more money in it. What I am showing, beyond a shadow of a doubt, with scientific evidence, is that the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, professional sports worldwide, they are scripted by the numbers. And last night, the season opener for the 71st season of the NBA in Cleveland was more definitive proof. Last night, The Undertaker from the WWE was at the opener for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I want you to notice this. The Cavs won with 117 points. In Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words using the English alphabet, U the 21st letter, N the 14th, D the 4th, add up the word Undertaker, sums to 117. The name Ohio in Jewish Gematria sums to 117. Last year in the NBA playoffs, LeBron James wore this Undertaker t-shirt before the media, before the cameras, and got negative attention because he did it the day after the news of the Orlando shooting with all of the deaths. Death, Undertaker, people said it was poor taste. And I made a video pointing out how the timestamp on the news story that all the mainstream media ran with, showing the same Twitter picture with the same post time of 117, I was showing that number's not arbitrary. The media codes numbers before your eyes. They script news by these numbers. You know, there was a whole lot of 117 in the Orlando shooting, by the way. Number connected to Invictus and William Henley, who wrote the poem Invicta. Just a month before the shooting in Orlando, there was the Invictus Games. Anyway, 117, it was relevant to the Orlando shooting, it was relevant to Ohio, it was relevant to The Undertaker, it was relevant to the entire news story that was that day that I broke apart. So look, Undertaker at the game. Here's what else is interesting about this. The Undertaker, he's born March 24th, he's currently 51 years old. You can go back to a year ago, I was putting out videos why the Cavs were going to win the NBA championship this past season, which they did. At the beginning of the year, I said it's been 51 years since Cleveland won a championship with a pro sports team from their city. Cleveland equals 51. LeBron James equals 51. Conspiracy equals 51. Now look, The Undertaker at age 51 getting used in a Cleveland, Ohio tribute. From his birthday to the game yesterday is a span of 216 days. That's the Cleveland area code to dial a phone number, 216, the first number. Game 6 of the NBA Finals, the last in Cleveland, had a sum of 216 points. It's also 151 days to his upcoming birthday. 151 is the 36th prime, which corresponds with Cavaliers. 36, a big number in 2016 with sports. If you count every number up to 36, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 36, it sums to 666, a number of prophecy having to do with revelation in the Bible. I want to bring you back to a point about revelation, prophecy, but first I got to enlighten you on this. Last night, the Cavs won their game by 29 points, 117 to 88, and the Warriors, who lost in the finals last year, lost at home to the Spurs by 29 points. Ohio in Pythagorean gematria equals 29. LeBron James and Steph Curry were born in the same Akron, Ohio hospital. Nate Thurmond was also born in that same city. Nate Thurmond died this offseason. He has the number 42, retired with both the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. 2 years ago, I put out a video why the first NBA Finals that Cavs and Warriors would be based on a game where LeBron James scored 42 points at Golden State to win, when that number was connected to NBA Finals, LeBron James, Nate Thurmond, the history of the teams. Anyhow, this offseason, Nate Thurman died by the numbers. I have a video on that. The Warriors this year are wearing a 42 on their uniform all year in remembrance of him. Anyway, Ohio equals 29, a number that connects the Cavs, connects Steph Curry and LeBron, and Nate Thurman, who played for both teams. Also, Ohio is the 17th state in order of statehood. NBA equals 17, and the Cavs were the 17th team to join the NBA. The date numerology that the NBA season began, 10/25/2016. If you do the numerology this way, add each date up as a single digit, 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 6, it equals 17. This year, the NBA Finals will happen in 2017, emphasis on 17. And what's so interesting is the Cavaliers, who are from Ohio, are in their 47th season. Ohio has Gematria 47, 29, and 117. All numbers that we've talked about in connection to this game, all numbers that I've educated about in the past. Also, think about this. This summer, the Cavs ended the curse for the city of Cleveland for pro sports championships, a curse that went back to 1964, the year Muhammad Ali became boxing champion. Muhammad Ali died after Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Anyway, last night, opening day of the 71st season of the NBA on a date with 71 numerology in Cleveland. Right next door was Game 1 of the World Series, Cleveland hosting the Cubs, two cursed baseball teams, and the Cubs hadn't been to a World Series for 71 years. The Cleveland Indians came into the game 7-1 in the postseason. The pitcher for the Cubs yesterday was born January 7th, a date written 7/1. He came out after making 17 outs. So anyway, 71, 17, reflections of each other, scripted sports by the numbers, the 71st season starting on a date with 71 numerology, the 71-year curse with the Cubs being broken. You know, both of these things going on at the same time. Where all of these men were born, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Nate Thurmond, all dates, or all in Akron, Ohio. Akron, Ohio has Gematria of 106, the number of prophecy. Last year, the final game was in Oracle Arena, which is 106 feet tall. Think about how Oracle has to do with future telling. It was the Warriors' 106th game of the season, who are from Philadelphia, the city named from the book of Revelation, the book of prophecy, which is what I want to come back to. LeBron James got this negative media hype for wearing the Undertaker shirt June 12th. The start of the season was yesterday, 135 days. That's a number that comes from Revelation, the book of prophecy. Revelation's the 66th book of the Bible. LeBron equals 66. His nickname's King James. He won the NBA Finals on the real King James's birthday last year, who was born in the year 1566. LeBron was the first player to go to 6 straight finals since 66, like Bill Russell. LeBron 66, Revelation 66th book. In Revelation, there's this verse 3:7 that talks about Philadelphia, the original capital of this nation where the Warriors are from. The Philadelphia Warriors won the first NBA championship in the year 47. This will be the 47th season for the Cavs. See how this comes full circle? Anyhow, Philadelphia, Kia David, here's what you need to know. Philadelphia was established on this date with 135 numerology, 10 plus 27 plus 16 plus 82. The Kia David in Gematria equals 135. At the beginning of this NFL season, I showed the parallels between Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz. Dak Prescott, the 135th pick, Carson Wentz with the 135 connections. Carson Wentz's first interception playing for Philadelphia, his first interception was the 135th pass of his NFL career. Scripted, crucial, it lost them the game. So anyway, from this story to this one, it's 135 days. It's just following this prophecy code, the way they make their agenda from scripted news to scripted sports. You learn this language of numerology and gematria. What you'll discover is the way the world is truly being operated. Either that or you've discovered the greatest coincidence that bears the most fruit I've ever seen. You know, I don't even know how you could call this a coincidence. All the people who keep coming here and saying it's coincidence, it's insanity. Truly. It's truly insanity. I mean, you think it's a coincidence? It's 216 days from his birthday. Game 6 last year, the last game in Cleveland, a game summoned to 216 points. Stuff's all mapped out, planned long in advance. It's all rituals by the numbers. So anyway, if you missed my video this morning, I'll link that down in the description. I took apart all 3 of the games of the regular season. Talked about a whole lot more, a lot of additional information. You can check that out here. Linked in the description, along with my how to Gematria video if you want to learn how to do this yourself. Until next time, Truth Seeker.